Hi, my name is Zach Hess, and this is Whiskey Rocks. Today, we're going to be reviewing Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Now, this is one of my personal favorite bourbons. It's go-to. I always tend to have one at my house on a shelf, and I always try and recommend it to people who like a little bit of a sweeter bourbon. Also, it's not going to be overproof, not going to hurt nobody. So, definitely a go-to bottle for both me and most of the people that I have introduced it to seem to like it as well. So, we're going to go ahead and go over a little bit of the history, grab a little taste. Let's go ahead and get a little pour in. Woodford Double Oak is a premium bourbon whiskey produced by the Woodford Reserve Distillery in Versailles, Kentucky. It's a unique expression of Woodford Reserve, which is known for its distinctive combination of flavors that result in the use of 3 different types of barrels during its aging process. So this double oak expression is made by aging just regular Woodford Reserve, but in 2 separate oak barrels. The first barrel is charred New American oak, which is used to give the bourbon its initial flavor and color for an undisclosed amount of time, making this technically a non-age stated bourbon. Then the second barrel is actually heavily toasted but charred much lighter than any of their other casks, but it is aged in that second barrel for an additional 9 months, and that's used to provide additional depth and complexity to the whiskey's flavor profile. So, looking at it, you can see it's kind of a dark amber color, a little bit of nose on it, and it's got definitely some rich vanilla, a little bit of a sweetness to it, but it also has, like, I would say a bready contextual thing for it. It's very rich, sweet on the nose, though. Always gets that caramel, almost marshmallowy kind of scent to it. So, definitely be enjoying this again. So, the history of Woodford Reserve dates back to actually 1812, when the site of the current distillery was originally used for grist mills and distilleries. In the late 1800s, the site was purchased by a group of investors who founded the old Oscar Pepper Distillery in 1941. The distillery was then sold to Brown-Forman. So over the years, the distillery changed hands several times, and it was eventually purchased by Brown-Forman once again in 1993. And then in 1996, the company launched Woodford Reserve as their premium bourbon brand. It quickly gained a reputation for its exceptional quality and its unique flavor profile. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get a little taste then. Yeah, it's always great for me. It's maple syrup with marshmallows, lots of caramel up front, and just hit you, and then right in that mid palate, that marshmallow takes over. The char from the barrel comes out, and it turns into like kind of when you burn a marshmallow for a s'mores, but like not charred, not that it was on fire, you had to blow it out. Just that nice brown coating on the outside of it. Personal preference for marshmallows on s'mores anyway, so works out pretty good. But yeah, that's always mid palate, and then it just sinks for that finish that goes into that marshmallowy and caramelly end. And Woodford Double Oak was introduced in 2015 as a limited edition expression, but it proved to be so popular that it became a permanent part of the Woodford Reserve lineup. Today, it's widely regarded as one of the best bourbons on the market and continues to win awards and accolades for its rich, complex flavor and smooth, velvety finish. As far as the scoring for this goes, it's going to be a newer system for me. I like to go off of something similar to what Matt from ADHD Whiskey goes off of, 0 to 10. I'll put the list up over here for you as well. It's always a good one for me. I'd probably give it like a 7.8 overall. And then if you just throw the value in it, it's really good for what seems to be the price and availability. It's pretty well available most anywhere, right around that $50 to $60, depending on taxes for different states. Fortunately, I always find mine in Kroger. Sometimes it's on sale. But other than that, it's one of my best recommendations I can give for anyone that's getting into bourbon. So, if you want to continue on the journey with me and eventually my wife on this lovely whiskey-filled journey on reviews and experiences, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave a comment, like, share with your friends. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on Whiskey Rocks. Peace.